Greetings, mobile accomplishers. I'm Dieter Bohn here at PreCentral. We're doing the third annual smartphone round robin. And I'm here with Android, with Casey Chan from Android Central. Hi, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. And we've got a bunch of Android devices in front of us. Here's the original G1. And actually, we'll just start here. Look at, here's the original G1, and look how far we've come. We still got sliders, right, and different networks, but the screen is so much bigger,
Basically, the
keyboards
the general idea is the same, right?
Yeah, but the
execution
has totally changed. Okay, so with Droid and Android, we basically, I guess there's two things that I want to ask you about in the first place. So it looks like we've got three different phones here, three different networks, Sprint, Verizon, here's the T-Mobile. And we also have got three completely different look and feel, right? So here's, there's this Sense UI. It's a custom UI on top of Android.
And this is Moto Blur.
And there's Moto, how do I unlock? There's the unlock. So here's Moto Blur. And okay, so it looks like we've got happening. There's a home screen there. And then here we've got just sort of straightforward
Google,
right? And then there's a couple. Now all of these have widgets, right?
Yeah. So basically, they all have widgets. Some have more widgets
than others.
Yeah, and others have like different skins. You can see like the application launcher is different in all three.
Sure, and so I mean, what's cool here is that you've got these home screens, which we don't have on WebOS, which are a combination of widgets and apps, apps that you can throw on there. And then if you want to look at all apps, you can always slide this drawer up, right? So I mean, how do you like that? Do you think that you could ever go back to a phone that didn't have widgets on its home screen?
I can't really imagine it, because then with widgets and with shortcuts and whatever, you can create a very versatile experience, right?
Right.
You can tailor the phone to your, whatever you need,
right,
without having, to search or to, find it.
Right. And doesn't Sense, which is the HTC Android stuff, don't they have something where like not only can you have all these cool little widgets, but you can have like different like screens for different things that you're doing or something?
What's amazing about Sense is they had this thing called Scenes. If you want to fire it up, it just hit the menu button.
Which is right here.
Yeah, right there. And
okay, Scenes.
And then you can pick whatever, you could save your own scenes, and then, or you could pick what already.
Oh, so this is the work scene, but then we can try like your custom scene or the HTC scene.
Yeah.
We'll click
and
done.
They'll completely change your entire home screen with different widgets, different application launchers.
Wow! So when I go partying on the weekend, I switch to the weekend scene or whatever.
Yeah, and if
that's
you go to
pretty
work,
slick.
then you could fire up more stuff.
All right,
so basically you have more phones than you really do, right?
Right. Yeah. No, that's really cool. Okay, so just from a base thing, I mean, we've got a capacitive touchscreen here. We've got notifications in a drawer that's kind of like the notifications on the WebOS. We've got full multitasking.
Yeah.
Right. We've got apps, so we'll hit that button there, look at apps, and we've got a ton of apps, right? And how many apps are available in the Android market?
There's about 10,000 apps
in the
Android market.
And good stuff?
Yeah, they're all pretty good stuff.
Yeah. You got any favorites? Is this your main phone here?
Yeah, the Droid would be the one.
So I hit the power button up here, slide to unlock. And
basically, I just like the usual Twitter apps, and I use a lot of apps that are like available on all platforms, like Pandora, Sam, like those applications.
Now, how do I, obviously on WebOS we know that we go into card view to switch. On Android, if I want to switch between open applications, do you just go to the home screen and launch the next app, or is there a way to do that?
If you
you hold the home button down.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, and then you get the 6 most recent. But basically, it doesn't.
It's not as elegant as your card view, or
so you got to go into like a task manager if you want to see what's open and close stuff, or does it close stuff automatically in the background?
It closes stuff, but there's also a way to close applications once you get into the application.
Oh, okay, I see. Sure. And then you've got a back button, like our back gesture, and then you've got a menu button, which is actually more convenient than the WebOS, where you have to reach way up there. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then home, and then search. Yeah. So this is the Droid. It's the most popular, it's getting the most talk right now. So we've got a slide-up device. It's got a big, huge. What's the resolution on the screen? I don't even know.
850 something.
854 by 480 or something. It's huge. And then we've got a keyboard, and I've used this keyboard, and I am not a fan of it. Have you gotten used to it? Because I use it a little bit, and then I didn't, and I switched back to the Pre, and so I've never really spent a ton of time with it, but I can never get used to it.
I'm trying to get used to it,
Okay.
and for the most part, I'm not succeeding. So
Right.
It's not great. Anybody who uses keyboard will say that it's not that great.
Okay, sure.
And they have this very interesting.
Yeah, this is a 5-way, right?
Yeah, it's just a 5-way, but a lot of people have been saying it's like a fingerprint sensor or a trackpad. Or
I kind of wish it was,
Yeah,
actually.
that would have been making it a
pretty
lot
cool,
more useful.
yeah.
'Cause it's pretty useless in this setting.
Right. Now, you also have a search button, which is a universal search, right? This is different because
It searches.
in Android 1. There's different versions of Android, and all these guys are running different. So this guy's running 1.5, and this is running 1.5, and this is running 1.6, and this is running 2.0.
Yep.
And so with 2.0, they updated their search box to let you search more things, I think.
I think they did. Yes.
Yeah.
You could just. I don't think you can search other things other than.
Right. Okay.
Google.
You can search Gmail there, but they won't let you search your contacts.
I don't. Not that I've.
No way.
You
That'd
sure?
be crazy. No, I mean, I'm sure you're right. Well, let's see if you got me saved here. In the quick, yeah, no,
Oh,
it lets
does.
you search in there.
Just too slow for me. I
Yeah,
guess.
it does. It is a little bit slow. Yeah. So let's go back to that browser. See how the browser looks, because it's a full. Oh, look, it's not showing up in the recent apps. That's funny. So we'll open it up this way, I guess. Okay, so it's a full WebKit browser, and but no multi-touch.
No multi-touch on the Droid. There's
Right.
multi-touch on the Hero.
On the Heroes, because HTC
Yeah,
added
so
that.
basically, for some reason, Google Experience phones don't have multi-touch, but it's the hardware is capable of it.
Right, but it does let you double tap,
Yeah,
right?
which is good enough for some.
Yeah, well, it's such a big screen that
Yeah.
maybe it's good enough for anybody. Now, does it have a software keyboard?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
you
so-
can just hit the search button.
Hit the search button.
Yeah.
Okay, and there you go.
Yeah.
So,
So they have HTC has its own software keyboard as well, so it's different.
right, there's Android Central. We'll launch that up. Okay, so I mean, I guess the next question I have is with us right now. Maybe it'll change in the future, but Palm has done a fairly decent job keeping all of their phones in the same version, and they can do that because they're just one company, right? But we have, just talking here, we've got 2.0, 1.5, 1.6, Sense UI on top of this one, nothing on top of this one, Motoblur on top of this one. That's a lot of different sort of combinations and iterations. Is it getting hard for developers to have applications that work across all those platforms?
Definitely, with developers who develop apps for like 1.5 or 1.6, let's say, sometimes with the 2.0 or with this screen resolution, it doesn't display properly.
Oh, really?
Because it doesn't it's troubling to think that it's so fragmented, right?
Right.
But then hopefully everybody's going to eventually go on to 2.0, but then it's weird that it's unclear when they will, because
Okay.
they have to tweak it for HTC Sense or for Motoblur as well.
Right.
So there's more stuff that complicated just like carrier relations. Right?
Okay. And do you foresee that getting better or worse, that problem?
I think it's probably going to get worse, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because people will add more UIs to their own.
Right. How about in terms of syncing? I mean, of course it handles Exchange, right? All these handle Exchange. Can they pull in from something other than Google? Do they only work with Google? Can you pull in from Facebook?
Facebook for Motoblur, you could.
Motoblur can do Facebook.
I
This
think
guy can do
one,
Facebook.
the 2.0 can also do
Okay.
Facebook.
And
as
then
well.
maybe Sense does it somewhere, but it doesn't do it in base Android. Okay. So again, it's one of those things. Well, it does maybe
Yeah.
you got to check and see which phone you've got. And then it looks like this is pretty cool. So you've got some notifications.
Yeah.
And we can take a look at those, and you can clear all of them.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. I mean, what's your favorite thing about Android? What gets you going about it?
It's what's best about Android is if you're in a Google lifestyle, if you within the Google app suite or whatever,
Sure.
then it's perfect. Gmail's pretty good or really good on Android, and Google Maps is great and all that stuff, like because it has Google Maps navigation now.
Right, on 2.0, so
Yeah.
it's a really nice navigation
On
client.
1.6 and above, actually.
Oh, 1.6, that's right, because they offered it for free for download. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. I'll throw a music widget on the home screen there. That's pretty cool. All right, well, Casey, thank you very much. We're going to take a closer look at this at the end of the week, but for now, this has been the Round Robin. We'll catch you guys soon.